You know, if I had telekinesis, I'd just steal the Declaration of Independence.
Manfred, why on earth would you want to do that? You don't even like history.
Yeah, but can you imagine the chaos it would cause? Priceless.
If I had telekinesis, maybe I could finally perfect my hair. It's always a mess compared to everyone else's.
Kelly, your hair is fine. Besides, there are better things to worry about, like not stealing national treasures.
Easy for you to say. Your hair always looks perfect without even trying. And speaking of comparisons, why does Nick get all the cool party tricks? Like that time he charmed his way out of a speeding ticket by doing magic tricks for the officer?
Have you ever considered using your neurotic energy for something useful? Think about it, telekinetic trash duty.
That doesn't sound very appealing.
Oh, come on, Leo. Just imagine controlling all the city's trash from your living room with your mind powers. We'll never have to take out garbage again.
Actually, Manfred, I think we should focus on practical applications instead. What if we could use our collective mind power to lower our rent prices?
So, I was telling this lady at the grocery store about my new workout routine, and she's absolutely captivated by it.
Really? You just had to steer the spotlight back on yourself again.
Speaking of unwanted attention, you guys won't believe the letter I got from our landlord today. Listen to this, dear tenant. Dark clouds have gathered over our beloved community. The grounds beneath us whisper an ancient tale of despair and malevolence.
Wow! Your landlord must be really into their creative writing.
Right? It goes on, the shadows lurking in every corner bespeak a danger far beyond our imagination. 'Tis only through diligence shall we escape the lurking fate.
Sounds like somebody's been watching too many horror flicks lately. But seriously though, is there anything important in that letter, or can we get back to talking about me?
You know, I've never understood why people get so worked up about politics.
How can you not? People's opinions affect our lives directly.
Yeah, but stressing over it doesn't change anything. It's like getting upset at the weather.
Speaking of weather, ever noticed how people love to claim they can feel it in their bones when rain is coming? If that were true, we wouldn't need meteorologists.
Honestly, with some of their predictions, they might be better off.
Hey now, last week I went on a date with a meteorologist. She promised me clear skies and cheap tacos. Can't complain. Can you believe she called me thrifty? I prefer the term, financially creative. It's eco-friendly. I'm helping reduce waste.
That reminds me, what do you guys think about this new trend where everyone is using reusable straws and carrying them around like weapons? Well, considering. So, what do you guys think about those new reusable straws everyone's talking about? I mean, are they really saving the planet or just giving us an excuse to sip our drinks more smugly at Starbucks?
I tried using one once. It felt like everyone was staring at me and judging my choices in life.
We live in Los Angeles, Kelly. Anytime you're not driving a Prius or wearing yoga pants, people will judge you.
Well, maybe if people focused less on my straw usage and more on global warming, we wouldn't need these straws in the first place. Speaking of things that won't last forever, how's your love life, Leo?
Oh well, you know me. Can't tie this guy down for too long. Besides, relationships are like old flip phones, they belong in the past. I'm kidding! But seriously, folks.
You may have a point there though, Leo. Live for today and let tomorrow worry about itself. Speaking of which, remember when we used to stress over whether it would rain or not? Now all we get is sunshine 364 days a year. And that one day it rains? Pure chaos. Like Black Friday shoppers fighting over discounted TVs at Walmart.
I feel so underprepared every time it rains. Like Mother Nature decided personally to attack me with bad weather.
You know, I've been thinking about the concept of weekends. Why do humans even have them?
Well, Manfred, it's because we need a break from our monotonous lives, 2 days to be unproductive.
Speak for yourself. Some of us use our weekends to actually get stuff done, or at least that's what I tell myself.
Fascinating. And how exactly do you spend your weekends, Leo?
Oh, just binge watching obscure documentaries and counting my collection of vintage bottle caps.
That sounds incredibly useful and fulfilling.
What about you, Kelly? How do you use this valuable free time?
Well, I usually plan out all these elaborate self-improvement projects that I never actually start. Makes me feel real accomplished.
Of course. Productivity via procrastination, an art in itself.
I've been thinking about taking up a class on theoretical physics, to expand my horizons.
Kelly, the only horizon you should be focusing on is finding a date for Friday night.
Speaking of horizons, did you know that if you dig deep enough into the earth, everything starts turning purple? And at some point, you might even reach another dimension.
How do you even come up with this stuff?
I read it in a cereal box. Weedy twists. Very informative. They have better facts than textbooks these days.
You want real knowledge? Try going to Juvie. Best life lessons I ever got were from the guy who taught me how to hotwire a car using only dental floss and potatoes.
Nick, please don't teach Kelly any life hacks. She's already unstable enough as it is.
Thanks for the vote of confidence there, Leo.
Anytime. Just doing what friends are supposed to do, keeping your self-esteem right where it belongs.
The moment someone tries to boost their ego around here, boom. Shocking fact drop. Works every time. I've perfected this technique for years now. People rarely notice when I quietly slip out of conversations they thought we were having. So Kelly, how's that physics class going? Swirled any black holes lately?
Very funny, Nick. At least I'm expanding my horizons instead of reliving my juvenile delinquency days.
Hey, those days taught me important life lessons. Like how to break into a vending machine using nothing but a paper clip and sheer determination.
Sure, because that'll come in handy at your next job interview.
You never know when it might.
Well, anyway, I'm serious about this class. Who knows, maybe I'll discover a new fundamental law of the universe, like Murphy's Law of Dating.
Oh? What would that be? Any date can go wrong will go wrong? Speaking from experience there, Kelly?
Yeah, especially if the guy finds out she spends her free time studying cosmic microwave background radiation.
Come on, Nick, let's not forget your high school science fair project was making pickles glow in the dark by accident.
And they were delicious too. So, Kelly, How's that new law of the universe coming along?
You know what, Nick? It's not easy trying to discover the next big thing in physics. Maybe you should try it sometime. Oh wait, I forgot. The last time you did anything remotely related to science was when you filled your kiddie pool with baking soda and vinegar.
Ah yes, good times, that was quite a volcanic eruption in your front yard. But let's be real here, wasn't that more like a science fair project gone wrong than an actual experiment?
Hey now, my middle school thought it was genius.
Genius? Please. We've all seen better innovation from potato clocks.
Speaking of clocks, how's the dating life ticking lately, Kelly?
Very funny guys, but surprisingly well. I have a date tonight actually.
With whom? Mr. Carbon dating himself?
Or maybe someone who shares her love for the endless pursuit of academic mediocrity?
No cruel jokes necessary this time. He's actually an astrophysicist at UCLA, and he said he found my passion for discovering something new endearing.
So, I heard that the guy who installed my hot tub was actually a part-time snake charmer.
Oh really? Well, you know, I've dabbled in snake charming myself.
Here we go again. Kelly the expert.
Friends. Let's not fight. I just got this strange letter from our landlord. It's written in some bizarre language.
Maybe it's written in snake.
Somehow, I doubt that. But seriously though, what does it say?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. The words seem familiar, yet somehow foreign.
Give me that. Oh my god. This is worse than we thought.
What? Is he raising our rent again?
No, it can't be.
Hey Leo, have you checked your mail today? I just received this bizarre letter from our landlord. It's written in the strangest language, but somehow I can understand it.
Let me see that. Wow, yeah. It's like a mixture of ancient runes and a toddler's scribbles.
The part that really gets me is where it says we're all being evicted due to some impending doom.
Impending doom? What could possibly warrant an eviction notice based on some supposed catastrophe?
You guys are joking, right? This isn't real. No, seriously, our landlord can be strange sometimes, but come on, impending doom? Sounds like one of Leo's comedy sketches.
I wish I had written this. But no, Kelly. This appears to be 100% genuine weirdness from our dear landlord.
Well, what do we do now? Are we actually getting evicted because of some mysterious calamity?
How about we confront our eccentric neighbor Manfred Fredman? He might know something about this or may even be behind it.
That guy creeps me out. But you're probably right. We need answers.
Who knows what horrors await us beyond his door? But fear not, for Nick Sterling shall face them head on and uncover the truth.
Greetings, fellow Earth dwellers. What's the deal with this mysterious eviction letter?
It's obviously a joke, Manfred. I mean, who writes in such a ridiculous language? Take it from me, this is just an elaborate prank.
Yeah, but what if it isn't? And why do you always jump to conclusions so quickly?
Like that time she thought her hairdresser was hitting on her when he offered a discount.
Hey. That was reasonable to assume. Besides, you never tell someone they look good in that way unless you're flirting.
Ah, the magical world of human interaction. So many subtleties and nuances.
Speaking of magical worlds. Isn't it strange how we can understand this bizarre language perfectly well?
Yeah, almost like we have our own personal translator right here.
Oh ho! You think I had something to do with this letter? My friends, my association with otherworldly languages is purely coincidental.
Just like how Nick only seems successful when he messes up royally.
That's just one of my many charms.
Sure beats actually trying things the normal way and still failing miserably. Like Kelly's attempts at cooking last week.
Okay, enough about me. Let's focus. Guys, you won't believe what happened to me today. I got a parking ticket for being parked in my own driveway. Can you believe that? It's like they're just looking for ways to mess with us.
Oh man, that's brutal. Reminds me of the time I got arrested for jaywalking while wearing roller skates. They said it was reckless endangerment. I thought it was performance art.
Kelly, don't let a little parking ticket get to you. The city is just desperate for money. But speaking of desperate, Manfred, have you figured out anything about your mysterious eviction letter?
Ah yes, the enigmatic words on paper. You see guys. I have discovered that the notice wasn't actually an eviction notice at all, it was a menu from a new alien-themed restaurant down the street.
So much for investigating mysterious languages.
Alien-themed? That sounds so cool. We should go and check it out. Maybe we can prove once and for all if Manfred really is an alien or not.
So, this alien-themed restaurant. What's it like? Do they serve little green men or something?
Ugh, I can't believe I was freaking out about a menu. I'm such an idiot.
No, Kelly. It's a sign from the cosmos that we must try their interstellar cuisine.
Interstellar cuisine? Is that what you call space tacos now?
Oh Leo, it's much more than that. They have dishes like Pluto platters and Martian mac and cheese.
Martian mac and cheese. Challenge accepted. Let's see if these aliens know how to make good old Earth comfort food.
You're just going because you think there's a chance Manfred might be exposed as an alien.
Well Kelly, sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction.
And sometimes fiction is way more interesting than the truth. Like roller skating as my chosen form of transportation.
Seriously, Nick, Who even does that anymore?
Only Nick would get arrested for jaywalking on roller skates.
Hey! It adds some excitement to life. We should all try things outside our comfort zones once in a while.
So, these guys, I was thinking we should totally go to this alien-themed restaurant tonight. They have like Pluto platters and Martian mac and cheese. It's out of this world.
Oh yeah, I heard about that place. They say the waiters are dressed as different aliens and sometimes abduct you mid-meal.
What? No way. But seriously, it sounds like a blast. Plus, get this, they even offer roller skates so you can roll around the restaurant in style.
Roller skating inside a restaurant? That sounds more dangerous than trying Manfred's latest homemade rocket fuel smoothie.
Talking about rockets. Remember when Manfred tried to build a spaceship with nothing but cardboard boxes and salad spoons? What if he's actually an alien?
Ha! Maybe that would explain why he does such weird things all the time. Hey, maybe Manfred is secretly scouting for his alien people at the restaurant.
As if being neighbors with him wasn't enough. Now we have to share our dining space with his extraterrestrial friends too?
Well, on the bright side. If any of us gets abducted by aliens during dinner, at least we won't have to split the bill.
True. But just think about it, all those new dishes inspired by interstellar cuisine could be really interesting.
You know what would be really interesting? Discovering that all these
You know, guys, I heard that the food they serve at this alien themed restaurant is out of this world.
Well, that's kind of the point, isn't it? I hope they have some sort of intergalactic cocktail menu too.
Can you imagine? One Milky Way martini please, shaken, not stirred. But seriously, do you think there will be actual aliens there?
Leo, don't be ridiculous. It's just a theme. Besides, if there were real aliens there, wouldn't they want to stay undercover? Anyway, I'm not sure if I should even go tonight. I have that big meeting with an important client tomorrow, and…
Oh, come on, Kelly. You've been preparing for weeks. Let loose a little.
Yeah, Kelly. Plus, what better way to prepare for your big presentation than by learning how to communicate with extraterrestrials?
Good point, Leo. She'll definitely stand out at the office then.
Hey guys. What if our neighbor shows up at the restaurant? You know we've had our suspicions. Maybe he'll blend in so well that he finally reveals his true identity to us as an alien overlord or something.
So, you guys heard about that new alien-themed restaurant?
Yeah, I heard it's out of this world.
do you think any actual aliens will be there? Like maybe Manfred? Speaking of which, did you hear that theory about him being an alien overlord?
Oh please, if he's an alien overlord, then I'm the Queen of England. Anyway, who's up for some ice cream? No one can resist a good sundae.
Ice cream makes me gassy. Pass.
Actually, Leo, I'm more interested in how you'd rule England as queen. Would wearing a crown boost your self-esteem?
Haha, Nick. Anyway, back to that alien thing. What makes people think Manfred is from another planet anyway?
Well, for starters, he tried to vacuum his lawn last week.
And there was also that time when he asked us how humans breathe underwater. Who doesn't know we use scuba gear?
Yeah, but every eccentric behavior doesn't make someone an alien.
By the way, Leo, since we're talking hypothetically here, if you were Queen of England, what would your first royal decree be?
Let me guess, no more sharing food at restaurants?
So, you guys really think there might be actual aliens at that restaurant?
I mean, it's 2021. Stranger things have happened. Plus, I've been noticing some suspicious behavior from Manfred lately.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Just little things. Like how he mixes mustard and jelly on his sandwiches.
That's just Manfred being Manfred. You know how he is with food combinations. Remember when he tried to start a new trend by dipping pizza in peanut butter? Anyway, speaking of strange trends, if I were the Queen of England, I'd ban pineapple on pizza once and for all.
Everyone would love you for that.
And then you could finally knight us as your loyal subjects. Sir Nick Sterling at your service.
So, guys, what if we really have an alien living next door? I mean, that would explain Manfred's obsession with injecting ketchup into his pickles.
Oh man, can you imagine? But would that mean he'd also be telepathic or something? Because sometimes it feels like he knows exactly what I'm thinking. And it terrifies me.
Kelly, the only thing Manfred's reading is your face when you think about accidentally stealing pens from work.
Speaking of work, did I tell you guys about the new intern at the office? Kid wore a full suit made out of bubble wrap on his first day. Said it was for stress relief.
See? That's why I worry so much. If people can pull off wearing bubble wrap suits and still get jobs, what does that say about me?
Relax, Kelly. It just means you're overqualified for life's little challenges.
Like figuring out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
You know I've spent entire weekends working on that problem. And don't even get me started on trying to fold fitted sheets.
Sometimes in life, one must embrace chaos. Have any of you tried walking through IKEA backwards while eating their meatballs?
Backwards? No wonder 90% of my furniture pieces are named after Swedish towns no one's ever. Dear Internet, I am writing to address a great tragedy of our age, left socks. The right sock supremacists would have you believe that it is simply an accident, but please, don't fall for their clever ruse. It's clear that the washing machine has joined forces with these malevolent sock overlords. You see, my friends, I have watched as my left socks disappear into this dastardly device only to emerge on the other side as right socks. How do they accomplish this sinister transformation? Well, after much investigation and several late-night stakeouts in the laundry room armed with only a bag of pretzels and steely resolve, I've discovered the shocking truth: there's a black hole inside my washing machine. No matter how hard I try not to panic, after all, who wouldn't be alarmed at having their own personal singularity spinning away in the corner? Casual science tells me it must be so. Clearly Einstein had no idea what kind of existential crisis he was setting us up for when he unearthed those pesky theories of relativity. So why write you today? Consider me your Paul Revere on skates, it's good exercise, warning against this oppressive conspiracy. My fellow interneters, we must band together in solidarity against these nefarious forces seeking to divide and conquer our footwear. Yours in sock solidarity, Leo Borges.
You know, I heard about your open letter, Leo. Real tragedy. What's happening to those left socks?
It's a conspiracy, I tell you. The right sock supremacists are out of control.
Yeah, but have you considered the possibility that it's just a wormhole in your laundry basket?
A wormhole? In my laundry basket? What kind of detergent are you using? Anyway, I think we need to focus on the real issue here, our disappearing socks and their mysterious transformation. Just look at Kelly here. Poor guy can't even find matching socks for his Monday meetings.
It's true. Every time I try to look professional, something goes wrong. Like there's some cosmic force against me. Why does this always happen to me? Is it too much to ask for just one day where everything goes right?
I will be more than El Presidente de Yara. Yara will be the paradise we have dreamed of.
Far Cry, Rise of the Revolution.
I played for 5 minutes. I still see falling blocks in my dreams.
The moment even downtime has a punchline. And lunchtime is never alone time. Make every moment count. Kentucky, travel together.
To be the best, you need to find your edge. With the best gear and the right split-second decision. Nivea Men helps you get your game face on. With new Nivea Men Deep Face Wash. Visible results in 7 days to ultimately become the champion. Don't settle for anything but the best. Can you beat the champ? Buy any Nivea Men products for a chance to play the champ and win $10,000.
Hey, did you guys hear about that new fashion trend? Wearing mismatched socks as a statement against the right sock supremacists?
Yeah, I started doing it yesterday. But then I ended up with 2 left socks, and now even the mismatched sock community won't accept me.
You know, maybe we should all just embrace it. Go to work with mismatched socks and confuse our bosses.
I think my boss is already confused enough by my endless explanations of why mayonnaise is an inadequate sandwich spread.
Speaking of stealing from hotel buffets, Nick, any chance you've borrowed some extra napkins recently? My supply is running low.
Come on, Kelly, have some dignity. Buy your own napkins like the rest of us. But yes, I do have some extra ones if you need them.
Great. And speaking of unconventional decorating methods.
Oh boy. What did Manfred do this time?
He turned his entire living room into a Zen garden, complete with sand and little rakes.
Why would he do that? It's not practical at all.
Maybe instead of trying to understand Manfred's decisions, we should just accept that they're beyond comprehension, like why people still listen to elevator music.
You might be onto something there, Leo. Embracing the weirdness could lead to inner peace, or something like that.
Dear Internet, have you ever wondered about the secret life of your houseplants? We all know they require water, sunlight, and a lively conversation now and then, but what do they really get up to when we're not around? Last week, my ficus seemed unusually quiet. Upon further inspection, I discovered it had successfully replaced every single one of my shoes with tiny cacti. How did it manage that? And why didn't I feel any prickly sensation in my loafers? I decided to investigate further by installing hidden cameras, those bulky old VHS camcorders from '92, only to find evidence that my fern has been hosting bingo night for the entire neighborhood's flora. So much for a peaceful Wednesday evening. If that's not enough for you plant enthusiasts out there, just this morning I caught my spider plant attempting to break into the control panel of our beloved landline telephone. Could this be an intricate plot by plants across America to intercept all our calls? Only time will tell. Yours ridiculous Leslie. Leo Borges.
So, what do you guys think about starting a business selling custom socks for pets? I mean, people love dressing up their pets, right?
Kelly, that's actually not a bad idea. But let me ask you something, have you ever tried putting socks on a dog? It's like trying to wrestle an octopus. Besides, it's already hard enough finding matching socks for ourselves. Imagine having to find them in pairs of 4 for our pets.
Well, maybe we could make the socks with some sort of special animal-friendly adhesive so they stay on better.
Adhesive? You want to glue your pet into its footwear? That seems mildly cruel and very unnecessary.
Fine, I'll work out the details later. Moving on, how about a delivery service specifically for obscure regional foods?
Obscure regional foods? Won't that just limit your customer base? Plus, those aren't exactly the easiest things to deliver. They're called regional for a reason. And don't even get me started on the health regulations and permits needed for shipping food across state lines. Dear Internet, have you ever found yourself contemplating the existential dread that goes hand in hand with the decision to purchase a new pair of socks? I mean, there are life-altering consequences involved here. Your choice of sock color can single-handedly determine if you're destined for greatness or doomed for mediocrity. Forget about horoscopes and fortune cookies, your fate rests squarely on your ankles. Consider this: I once wore green striped socks to a job interview. Bold, I know. Upon entering the room, my interviewer's eyes locked onto those glorious green bastions and immediately offered me a position as their head chiropodist. Look it up. Coincidence? I think not. But let us address the real dilemma at hand, choosing between mismatched socks, a seemingly insignificant conundrum that has plagued mankind since our ancestors first clothed their primitive toes. To risk appearing unkempt is to leave oneself vulnerable to barbaric jibes from passers-by and pet squirrels alike. Choose wisely, dear reader, for we stand upon hosiery thresholds vast and wide, each pattern more fantastic than the last. Yours absurdly, Leo Borges. So Kelly, do you really think the socks I wear determine my fate?
Well, I don't know about fate, but they might say something about your personality. Like how you're comfortable, but also a little boring.
Boring? Excuse me for prioritizing comfort over flashiness.
It's not about being flashy, Leo. It's about having some sort of style or identity. You dress like every other guy out there.
At least I'm consistent. You change outfits more often than a chameleon in a paint store.
That makes no sense. Chameleons don't wear clothes.
Exactly my point. Even chameleons have more fashion sense than you.
Ugh, whatever. Look at these two mismatched socks though, one has stripes and the other is polka dots. Really makes you wonder what kind of life choices this person made to end up with such an odd pair.
Well, maybe they just did laundry and lost one of each pair. Or maybe it was a conscious decision to be unique and stand out from the crowd. What does that say about them?
Probably that they're indecisive and can't commit to either pattern, like someone else we know who chooses comfort over style.
Hey now! My commitment to comfort is unparalleled. Besides, life isn't all about appearance, sometimes substance trumps style.
So, speaking of socks, what do you guys think about the theory that your choice of socks can really affect your life's direction?
I'm telling you, it's true. I once wore mismatched socks to an interview and didn't get the job. Coincidence? I think not.
Maybe they were just thrown off by someone who couldn't even pick matching socks.
Maybe they thought you had a wild side, a full spectrum of inadequate laundry skills.
My philosophy is this: if my feet are warm and comfortable, then so is my life.
That's deep, man. Really profound.
Socks? Who needs them? Once you've walked barefoot through the murky swamps of Zogtar 7, nothing on earth will bother your feet.
Manfred, buddy, what have we told you about sharing your alien experiences?
Fine. But don't come crawling to me when your precious cotton foot prisons start chafing in unseen ways. By the way, did any of y'all ever try walking barefoot on hot pavement during summer? Feels like tap dancing on lava.
Wait, is that why those sidewalk vendors always have rotating stock of sandals for sale?
So, you're telling me that your choice of socks has somehow determined the course of your life?
It's true. Just last week, I wore these lucky Argyle socks and found a $20 bill on the sidewalk.
And I once dated a guy who insisted on wearing tube socks to bed. Let's just say that relationship didn't last long.
People put way too much stock in their sock choices. Next thing you know, they'll be saying my life will change if I switch from boxers to briefs.
Actually, now that you mention it,
We're not here to discuss your undergarments, Nick. But seriously guys, think about it. Socks are like little hugs for our feet, they affect our mood all day.
If my feet wanted hugs, they'd grow arms.
you don't know what you're missing out on until you embrace the power of proper sock selection.
Exactly. For example, today I'm wearing fuzzy blue ones with smiling clouds because I knew it would rain and make traffic miserable, but at least my feet are happy.
Oh, great! Happy feet save the day again. What a reliable source of joy in this cruel world we live in.
Don't knock it till you try it, Leo. Maybe then you'll find something else to write jokes about other than yourself for once.
Burned by the very fire he started, how? Can you believe it? Apparently, the cafe is going to start charging extra for napkins.
You mean those little square tissues that have no business being called napkins?
Yes. And now they're gonna cost us. Honestly, I don't think I can take this kind of stress.
Well, I've started bringing my own hankies. They save money and are great conversation starters.
Yeah, nothing says I'm interesting like whipping out a stained piece of fabric from your pocket.
You laugh now, but just wait until you run into someone who appreciates fine linen craftsmanship.
That's oddly specific.
My life is full of oddly specific events.
I just wish some better ones would happen around here.
Why don't we come up with ways to cut costs in our daily lives? You know, fight the system.
We could start by growing our own vegetables in pots on the fire escape.
Because nothing screams LA chic quite like tomatoes next to rusty metal bars and pigeon droppings.
What about carpooling or walking more instead of driving everywhere?
Ooh. Or we could send smoke signals instead of using cell phones, it's eco-friendly too.
I just don't get it, Manfred. Why do you insist on memorizing all those numbers? There's no point. Seriously, there's got to be a better hobby out there.
You just don't understand, Leo. These numbers are the key to everything. Life, the universe, everything.
Yeah, well, maybe while you're busy with your aha moments and decoding life's mysteries, some of us have real problems.
Speaking of problems. Hey Kelly, have I ever told you about my foolproof plan to score free meals at restaurants?
$3.1415926535.
Manfred. Enough. And Nick, please forget about your ridiculous schemes for once.
58979. That's as far as I can go today.
Come on Kelly, everyone loves a good story. So here's the deal, all you need is a suit and tie and then pretend like you're an undercover restaurant critic. Works every time.
So, Manfred, you really think knowing all these numbers will change your life?
He's got a point, Kelly. Remember when he won that bingo tournament? Pure number magic.
Speaking of life-changing things, I've got this new plan to score free meals at restaurants.
Oh great, another one of Nick's schemes.
Let me guess, you're going to pretend to be an undercover restaurant critic?
Fascinating. How did you come up with that idea?
Must have been while binging cooking reality shows again.
Actually, I slipped on some spilled soup at a restaurant and threatened them with a bad review if they didn't comp my meal. It worked like a charm.
That actually sounds like something that could work if it wasn't such blatant fraud.
Hey! My schemes always work.
Dear Internet, have you ever wondered about the mysterious inner workings of the humble toaster? This miraculous contraption, dedicated to slightly setting our dough-based breakfast foods ablaze. It can turn an ordinary slice of bread into a crispy delight, all with the flick of a lever. But what if we were to unleash this beast upon other unsuspecting household items? Imagine cramming in that VHS cassette and discovering, mere seconds later, your favorite film charred beyond repair. Surely there's no better way of stopping anyone from watching Titanic for the 37th time. And as it turns out, toasters have other hidden purposes too. Who knew they were proficient at deterring squirrels from chewing on power lines? Just strap one onto a tree branch and watch rodents flee like panic-stricken passengers aboard a flaming hot air balloon. Indeed, my friends, let us embrace the limitless potential these brave little boxes hold within their metal clutches. Are we just one leap away from toaster-powered roller skates or even world peace? Yours toastily, Leo Borges.
So, I've decided I'm gonna become a professional skateboarder.
A professional skateboarder? You've never even ridden a skateboard in your life.
That's where the excitement lies. Plus, think about it, all that fame and glory. Not to mention, the easy access to VIP events.
Oh yeah, because nothing says VIP like scraping your knees on the pavement every day.
You guys are missing the point. Skateboarding? Really? Aren't we too old for this? The real problem is Nick thinking he can just change his life overnight without any effort or skill.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned from watching you two mess up constantly, it's that anything is possible with enough confidence.